This is part 2 because I know how hard it is to upload to YouTube. I think the rapture's coming because of these signs that are in the Bible. If you read Daniel 9:27, it talks about the treaty that's going to be signed by the Antichrist. Well, right now, the reason why, I know people have been saying since beginning of Jesus after he died that the rapture was coming, but there was never the technology needed to fulfill the Bible to the word. Every prophecy in the Bible that's been fulfilled has been to the T. It's not like Nostradamus where it's close. It's to the letter. And it couldn't ever happen before because there was no way to, put a mark on people, like how the Bible talks about people taking the mark in the arm or the forehead. But now today, there is technology with Elon Musk and the Neuralink and with the chips they're putting in people's hands, and you can get it in your brain now, and it's helping crippled people and stuff, and that's all great. But all it is the technology is available. Now, with everybody talking about CBDCs, which is central bank digital currency, that's going to go global. And it was never mentioned global before until now. Now, all of a sudden, it's global. Those are the words they're using. We have the UN and the WEF is dead set on this 2030 agenda. Well, guess what, Audrey? If the rapture happens this year, the 2030 agenda that they have to have complete happens in 7 years from today. That's also when the tribulation saints and Jesus return for the millennial kingdom, for Armageddon, if we get raptured this year. So their agenda is no coincidence. Satan was there when Jesus was crucified in 30 AD. He knows the timeline, and he knows. That's why everything's ramping up. All this nonsense in the news about UFOs and aliens, what do you think that is? Those are demons. They've been here the whole time, but they're more active now because they know their time is coming. The Euphrates River is supposed to dry up, and the demons are going to be released during the tribulation. Guess what? The Euphrates River is dried up. The demons aren't released yet because they're going to get released in the tribulation. But the river is dry for the first time ever. Okay? You talk about that. There's these things called SDGs, which is I don't even know, social something. I don't even know what it's called, but you can look up SDG and it'll pull up on the internet, on Google. The UN is meeting in September to reconfirm a 7-year treaty that started in 2015, okay? They're going to sign it again. My belief is we're going to get raptured before September. And the UN's going to meet, and they're going to sign this 7-year document. And that's going to start the tribulation, because the tribulation starts with the signing of a 7-year treaty with many. The Bible doesn't say with the Jewish people. It doesn't say it's for a Jewish temple. It says 7-year treaty with many. Well, that's exactly what the UN is doing in September. In August, BRICS is meeting. BRICS is currently Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They're the 5 countries of BRICS. Well, in August, they're adding 5 more. So there's your 10 kingdoms that are talked about in Daniel and in Revelations. There's 10 kingdoms. They're talked about as the 10 toes and the 10 horns in the Bible. If those form in August, you know how we used to prepare for a speech and debate tournament? And sometimes you guys would be like, yeah, I'm going to get my speech memorized and blocked the week of the tournament. Well, when things need to get done, you just do it. So if the rapture happened in July, which is what I'm predicting, BRICS meets in August, the treaty is signed in September. It could happen because there wouldn't be any opposition to it. All the Christians are gone. Nobody's going to fight them. They're going to group together and become a global government overnight. So the process will be streamlined so fast because there's no opposition and there's only one person in charge, okay? They're going to get things done so fast it's going to make your head spin. It's all unfolding. You can call me crazy all you want, but the things I've discovered, you can't deny them. So if July passed and August passed and I'm still here, then I was wrong. So what? It's still going to happen. It's still coming very soon, okay? There was that whole thing with the Georgia guidestones that blew up in July of 2022. And on those Georgia guidestones, it said they needed to reduce the global population to 500 million. Why do you think that? And then they got rid of it, but it's the UN's policies, okay? They want to depopulate the world. That's their goal. So they're planning on killing a bunch of people anyway, okay? And starvation, come on. Nobody's talking about it in the news anymore, but all the crops have been destroyed this year by weather. That's not a coincidence, because one of the 4 horses of the apocalypse that start at the beginning of the tribulation is starvation and famine, okay? So it's coming. Everything is set up to go off in rapid succession. As soon as the rapture happens, things are going to explode very quickly. You need to talk to your friends. God gave you a voice. He gave you a gift to tell people. You need to speak and not waste the power that you have in your words and your ability to write. There's a reason why you have those gifts, and you need to start using them for God. And I don't care what life you've been living. It doesn't matter. God forgives all sins. You just need to ask. It doesn't matter. Time is short. I love you so much. And I just don't want to see you suffer. I don't want to see your friends suffer. It's all that matters right now. I love you, Audrey, so much. Like, you just can't even fathom how much. Someday you'll become a mother probably, and you'll know. So, as much as you love your cats, I love you more than that. Please just listen. Things are happening too quickly.